Hello, YouTube. Did you know you could watch Always Open before everyone on YouTube if you sign up for a First membership by going to roosterteeth.com/first? You could see the show a whole 24 hours earlier than you're seeing it right now. Don't you want to be one of those people? I think you do. So click on this link to go sign up for your First membership. And we'll see you on Wednesdays if you do that. Hey everyone, welcome to Always Open episode 1!
We're public.
We made it to the YouTubes and to the public viewing for everybody.
We did it.
Cheers on that.
Cheers to
on
everybody.
that. Yeah,
We will cheers many times this
Cheers.
episode.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
No need to cheers shots. No one cheers shots. Who does that?
We will in a second though. I'm your host for this episode, Barbara Dunkelman, and with me today I have...
Ashley. I wasn't sure if you were going to say it or if I was just going to
No, I let you guys introduce
know?
yourselves. You are grown women.
We're all like,
Someone else.
Who is it? Who's on, Barbara? Who's on?
Today we have Ashley.
Hey.
Yeah, what? I am Lindsay Jones. Hello.
Yeah, you are. Who are you?
She's woo.
Mariel, the
woo
train
girl.
conductor.
Yeah, Mariel
The whistles
Salcedo.
go woo woo.
Just here to woo. You guys all on.
She's like, what's up?
We all need a woo girl. Every party needs a woo girl.
Just
Hey,
here to woo.
I will woo with you.
Oh yeah, we're the wooers.
Just give me a couple more drinks.
That's a twosome woosome right
Ooh,
there. Yeah.
that is.
It's a heads up.
You should like copyright that term, Lindsay.
Twosome
Do
woosome.
it.
Twosome
It's yours.
woosome.
The internet. Use it.
Well, we're going to start off with a celebratory shot.
Yes.
This is from Martha, and it's the Cinnamon Toast Crunch shot.
Thanks, Martha.
Which could be delicious or terrible,
It's
I'm
the
not
taste
sure.
we can drink.
It's got rum chata and fireball, so
Nice.
shout out to you, Martha.
Shout out.
Cheers.
Shots. Cheers in.
Drink it all, don't be a bitch.
I got a little spill.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
That's
I like
gliding.
that.
Oh, shit, look at
Science. Science at work right here.
It's.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was making a break.
kinda-
It didn't make it all the way to freedom, but it was a valiant effort.
close.
All right, guys. So I want to talk about something that was online the other week. There was a girl who is attending UCLA who sent an email to her future roommates.
Well, that's very nice, very polite.
And I think the best way to tell everybody on the internet about this email is to do a dramatic reading with all of you.
Of a
Alright.
real
All
breakup
right.
letter.
So I'm
from a
going to
real
channel
person.
my best college girl.
College.
Right now.
All right.
Do it.
Freshman, you're 18.
Be my
UCLA, so this is
Go.
this is like Southern California.
Yes.
And then I'm going to pass this around so we could all share in
We'll
this
get a
room.
paragraph.
SoCal,
All right.
as they call it.
SoCal, yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure why neither of you responded back to my emails, but I don't really care just as long as you both know this and understand that I'm not gonna settle for anything less than what I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna get once I arrive in the dorm.
I'm going to go.
All right,
Ashley.
Ashley. She set the bar, Ashley. She set the bar. How bitchy
good.
can you get?
I'll take the top bunk
she
bed
went.
that has a bottom and top bunk. I do not want that single bunk where it has a desk underneath the top bunk, so don't even try to leave me that. I'm also taking one of the white closets. There should be 2 white closets, and I'm taking one of them. I don't care which one it is, just know I'm taking one of them.
Okay, Ashley.
God damn.
Did you memorize that?
Right. Is this your handwriting, Ashley? Let's see. I guess the inflection's where it is, right? I want the desk that's near the window, plain and simple. I don't care about who gets bottom bunk. Just know that what I stated above is what I'm expecting once I arrive, and the dorm, it will not be in the mood for, or I will not be in the mood for any arguing or other nonsense because of what you two decided to do, which is deliberately disregard this email.
Yep.
If needed, I'll be in turn to bring in a bigger. I'll be in turn to make it a bigger situation. So don't try me.
Is that a threat?
Don't try me.
Oh, sorry. So don't try me.
Don't try me?
Sorry, but not sorry for the attitude. I don't like being ignored because that's just rude. But that's what you both decided to do, so I decided to make it clear now the kind of person I am, what I will and what I won't take.
Oh my god.
And
Take some
see.
advice.
So she sounds like an
off.
amazing roommate, first of all. Think about this. How easy is that bitch going to be to torture for the next 4
Oh my
years?
god,
easy.
everything that they do.
Easy
yeah.
peasy.
I mean, she's setting herself up to not have any friends.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My favorite part about this was that she sent like a follow-up email and it was just like, I'm usually pretty chill, but I'm a ticking time bomb, so don't fuck with me.
Did she actually say I'm a ticking time
Something
bomb?
like that, yeah.
That is the ultimate follow-up text message after someone doesn't text you back for like 5 minutes, and then you're like, fine, fuck you anyway.
Yeah, you like
that
double
is
text.
that is a
Yeah.
breakup email where you're like, you've not been responding to my messages. Are we dating or are we not?
Yeah.
Let's decide this right now.
Do I get the white closet?
the white closet. Is
Yeah,
it
what are
mine?
the other closet colors? I want to know what's happening here.
I also like.
Is she racist? Is that a segregation of
I
closets?
said she's a UCLA freshman, so this is her first year of college.
Yeah.
Girl.
What kind of impression are you trying to make on these people?
Well, I mean, it sounds to me like this is the kind of girl who's never had any issue getting everything that she
Oh, yeah.
wants.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
No.
She's a special fucking snowflake who's been told forever that she's a real go-getter and that her attitude is a good sign of future success.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I
That's
also don't
exactly
know why
what
she
that
wanted
is.
the top bunk, bottom bunk for life. my
Right?
friends. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to climb to it. I mean,
to climb for sleep time.
I had the top.
although
Get out of here, Lindsay.
you can like
was
put
my
the
hiding
nice
place.
posters on the ceiling
That's true.
Yes.
and then just lay back and be like, oh yeah.
Like Hanson.
But then, and then
Brad Pitt,
if
how
you
you
get
doing?
the bottom
Legends of the
bunk,
Fall.
you have to worry about people getting frisky in the top bunk
and feeling
and
some of
feeling
this.
like the.
What is that?
You will note that she didn't say anything about like the rules of having people over, not having people over in the dorm.
No.
We haven't even reached that point yet.
Yeah.
with her. That's why she's like, oh, we'll get to that. I
That's
need a
email number
response.
3.
Yeah. She's got 17 more emails she needs to send.
And
probably
the
gonna send, like-
friskiness on the top bunk too is risky because then you're already walking up the ladder. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do? It's like nothing. I'm just hanging out with so and so, or at the top bunk. Fuck off.
Just
be like,
like, I would make her life a living hell if she was my roommate. I
just
would
for
put
fun.
like baking or what's that? Like really slippery material that you bake with.
Butter?
Shortening.
Yes.
Oh,
I would put shortening on her little like stairway
make her
to her
fucking,
bunk.
like,
That's okay.
She might be paralyzed.
Yeah.
As long as it's funny, that's fine.
I'll send her an email later. It's okay.
We'll send her a courtesy wheelchair on us. Did you guys talk to your roommates at all before college or no? Because I totally rolled up and just like met them there. Like, oh hey, roomie, okay, cool. Now we're roommates.
I didn't go to college.
All right.
My first time having roommates was like 4 years ago. Yeah, a little over 4 years ago when I moved back to San Francisco and couldn't fucking afford an apartment.
Oh, yeah.
So I lived with 3 other IGN employees.
I didn't do the whole roommate thing in college, only because like my school doesn't really have the school I went to didn't really have like dorms. It had one area that was not downtown, which is where my campus was. So I was like, well, I don't want to live in the dorms that I have to like take a bus all the way just to get to school. Like the whole point of it is to be on campus.
Yeah.
So I just got an apartment like right after. Right when I moved there.
Do you live alone?
I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had a roommate my freshman year of college, but she was my best friend from back home. So
You went
you-
to UT.
I went to UT. Yeah.
Where'd you stay? Like, first few years?
SRD, baby.
Hey,
Number
nice.
1 white girl.
That's exciting.
dorm.
I was gonna say, how was that?
I was gonna say you're fit for that.
It was,
Scottish
yeah,
Rite.
Yeah, it was like the breeding ground for sorority girls.
Yes,
And
it
also
literally was
breeding?
training ground.
And
Yeah.
also breeding. Yeah.
A lot of people
or
who
no
talk
boys
like
allowed.
that.
No boys allowed, only on the weekends.
No boys
They're
allowed
very
in there.
strict.
Well, Farrah
Which I
Fawcett,
had
like
no
you tell.
problem with living in a house.
So wait,
full of women.
weekend it's like bang away,
I
all the
think
dudes
so.
over, orgy time, but week comes?
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta
buckle
study.
down.
You gotta study.
Okay.
And there were certain hours
can
too.
respect that.
It was like, from like 6 p.m. to like 10 p.m. Like that's the only time.
Oh, they're
Really?
It was weird, something weird.
So
like
you
that,
couldn't have
yeah.
them sleep over, I assume.
No,
No,
sleep.
But I'm sure a lot of people did.
Even,
Oh yeah,
Like,
there's
what are they
plenty of
doing?
people
Gonna
who were
come
sneaking in.
check your room?
Yes.
Well, we had like
Oh,
a
really?
security. Yeah, they would check your
God.
room if they were suspicious of
the
anything.
RAs were
Yeah.
like way more intense RAs. Not like, hey, I'm here to like have
Yeah,
fun,
yeah.
guys. I'm your dad
Yeah.
in college. It was like, what are
like,
you doing in
Where
here?
are the dicks?
Yeah.
Where are the dicks?
Basically. And they walk into my room and they're like, "There's no chance. There's no sign of dicks here."
Man, the radar's flat.
I don't think she's even seen one.
You have a picture of Cher. I don't think we have to worry about this for real.
All we found were Joan Jett records. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And I totally lived like a hobo. I still do, but I lived even more like a hobo in college. So I would come over to Scottish Rite, the fancy pantsy dormitory, and I'd be like a hoodie, my beanie, nasty ass jeans that haven't been washed in like a week, and they had a little like food buffet there, and you could get some
Oh, the
snacks
best
every now and
food.
then.
Nice.
Other people who weren't living in the dorm weren't allowed to have it, so I would be like scraping it into my hoodie and
They'd
shit
be
like
like,
that.
Lindsay, did you get your boobs done?
Yeah, that
and
would
you're
great.
like, yes, crunch, crunch.
They had 2 of the workers there at one point like started chasing me. Like I noticed them noticing me taking food.
physically chasing
yeah,
you?
like you get out of here, and I started like fast walking away, and I ran up the stairwell, and I was like, I'm free. Yeah,
It is, yep.
it is. And from below, someone goes, I saw you, and I'll find you. And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna find me.
Just for taking food.
I know. I just
Yeah,
wanted
they're
some lima
strict.
beans.
I mean,
They
is
did
it
have
not a-
delicious food though.
Is it not a rich like
Oh, it
sorority
is.
or school? Or
I mean,
whatever?
it's like a it's like
Isn't
a
that
private
typically
dorm.
characterized by not sharing with anyone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They like to keep things to themselves. But yeah,
Take
no,
what
it
rich,
was
give to the poor.
Get a job.
You were like Robin Hood.
A little bit, but for myself. I steal from the rich and give to my tummy.
Well, this brings up, it's actually a perfect segue into our next new topic, which is called The Worst.
the worst.
The Worst.
The worst.
And for this week's The Worst, I want to know your worst living situation you've been in.
I mean, I guess I can start where my parents turned my electricity off.
Oh my god.
What?
In the middle of winter in my bedroom.
Fuck. Is this like a life lesson? Like, you gotta learn, Ashley.
No,
On your
this
own.
was, so I graduated high school like a semester early, and my stepdad decided that meant that I needed to start paying a couple $100s a month in rent. I don't know, I guess he needed to spend more money on porn. And so,
Don't we all?
like, middle of winter, turned off the electricity to my room to make a point about how much money they were spending upkeeping me. And I, like, went up to the attic and I flipped the breaker back on and went back to my room. It's cold as shit, though, so I ended up, like, moving in with a boyfriend.
Oh my
Is-
god.
But it was awful at the time.
yeah.
Does that not turn off the heat to the entire house if they do that to you?
I have no idea. So
Separate unit.
it was, I mean, we didn't have central heating or anything like that. I'm not sure what the system was, but the electricity to my room was entirely off. So somehow it was super cold, not like frost cold, but it was a pain in the ass.
Imagining you in like a parka.
And I'd get home and I'd be like, ugh.
Oh my god.
Never had my heat turned off. We had similar parenting. I'm like, oh, yeah. But mostly for like internet use, because my dad originally, like, I don't know, it's like AOL dial-up. He had the only access, like the computer, the internet was his, not anyone else's in the house. So I'd sneak into his room or his office late at night and try and get online, and he would scream at me if I was up late. Like, it's like midnight. He's like, get the hell off the computer. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my god, I
So-
did that with EverQuest.
Yes.
Or
nice.
did you have the kind of
Diablo.
the kind of like locking doors where all you needed was to like pull the fuzzy bit off a Q-tip? It's just like a
Oh,
circle,
yeah, and then just, like,
and you
oh.
just like and you just like put it through the dot, and it just like hooks in open.
Yep, we had those.
Those are great, and if those don't work, you just get like a library card or driver's license or whatever, and just
credit
go whoop, down the side of
You
the door.
just had to
Don't
push
pop
the
it out.
doors really hard at my house and you'd get it.
See,
Even though
we
they
weren't
are
allowed to lock
Nice.
doors in my house.
Oh,
Dad got mad
really?
about that. Yeah.
Dude, having a lock on my door at my house at my parents' place was like the best decision of my life.
Oh yeah. I mean, growing up with brothers, it was like,
Oh yeah,
get the fuck
people would
away
always
from
try to come in my room.
Yep.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm naked. I was never naked.
If the door was locked, I mean, usually, yeah, I'd be like, okay, I'm changing, okay. But if it was like there was no reason to have the door locked at all, I'm just chilling, my dad was like, no, you unlock that door. Or I would get the handle jiggle, notice it's locked, and then for like a minute. I'm like, okay, I'm
Clearly
opening
it's
it.
locked.
Christ.
What are you trying to do?
God damn.
See, I would just lock the door when I went to sleep so that my parents would be like, school. I'm like, knock, and I'm just like,
not today, mom and dad.
I had this sports morning, so instead of like school, wake up, my dad would just come in, throw my softball cleats on me, and go, get up. And I was like, okay, it's time to go.
oh yeah, you also had early morning
Yes.
sport practice. I had a
Yeesh.
lot of that too. I had football.
I had band.
You had football?
I
Wait,
used to play
as
football.
an American gridiron football.
like pigskin football.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was touch football because
Yeah,
I'm
it
a
was.
dainty little delicate woman.
Tell me more about that.
It was touch football, so you just had to give a little smack on the butt if you wanted to take
What,
someone
front
out.
butt?
Not the front butt.
Honestly, anywhere. I had a lot of people grab at my boobies when I played football.
It happens.
Did you
Unintentionally,
ever
too.
get, did you ever get like a tit twist? Just like a really like mean.
Oh, like purple nurple.
I talked about this on
Yeah.
Off Topic. Never an unintentional nipple twist, but a dude that I knew did it to me. I was
Intentionally?
Like, yeah. Oh yeah. Like we were no,
you
not even
dating?
like no, not
Did you
no
kill
romantic
him?
tension. Yes.
Did anyone find the body?
He's gone. No one will ever find him again. I don't even remember his name. But it was just like
That's because he doesn't exist.
I know. We were just hanging out, having fun. It was totally like, yeah, bro, like we're broing out together. And I was talking to someone. He came up behind me and goes, like as hard as he could. And I just turned around and I kicked him as hard as I could in the crotch.
Good
and that
for
was
you.
it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Fuck. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, I'm gonna end your life.
Yeah.
I'd be calling the Punisher, being like, "Yo, I got someone for you."
But the first ever apartment I moved into when I moved to Montreal to go to school, I was like really rushed to find a place, and I was like, I just need an apartment. Like I start school next week. I'll take whatever's available. And so we went to this apartment complex, and they're like, the rent is like, it was like $600 a month, and it was like perfect, super cheap. We'll take it. Moved in. It was like the shittiest, stupid apartment I've ever been in. It was okay in size, but everything I needed, like the laundry, the garbage, the parking, everything was in the basement of this place. There were rats. There was like homeless people there.
Hey.
Like
They're
the
not
basement.
homeless. They live in your garage.
They live in
Your
the
basement.
garage, yeah.
They're fine.
They had a home.
And so every time I had to,
It was your place.
It was my place. Every time I went down there, I had to like bring like $1 or $2 to give the homeless people.
So
What
you,
I
like,
did
You were
last
like
week-
paying your toll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they offer you stuff like, hey, you want some softener? $3.50.
They're just like in
toss
the
a sandwich my
laundry
way.
room with like a bucket of those bounce sheets.
Sorry, was it the basement or a laundromat?
It was the basement had laundry machines.
Oh my
in it.
gosh.
But yeah.
What?
That's creepy. Mine was speaking of boys and men, I lived
Boys
boys
to
to
men.
men.
Hey!
Yes.
When I had an internship out in LA,
Yes.
and it was only like 3 months, and basically it was like, okay, I have to get out here. I want to spend as little money as possible. How do I do it? Like, do I find a sublet? What do I do? And my older brother was living there at the time, and he was just like, dude, just come like fucking bunk up with me. I'll ask my roommates. I don't think they'll have any problem with it. And I was like, all right. So it was like, all right, I bought an air mattress and I like booked it to California and slept on the floor. We shared a bedroom, my brother and I.
God.
He was, let's see, I was like 21, so he was like 25. So we shared a room the entire summer. He was going through like a bad breakup at the time. And so like he was just like crying and depressed. And so like, and I was just like, get over it, you big pussy. Like,
Is that when you told him to grow some balls?
basically, yeah. That's when he became a man. From he went
Boys
from
to
a boy
men.
to a man. Yeah. But the awkward thing, or it wasn't even the worst. Like, it wasn't terrible. It was just so awkward because he and I shared a room, and then it was a 2-bedroom apartment that like 6 people lived in.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like my brother and I shared a room. There was another guy in another bedroom, and then there was a guy who had the office, and then there was a guy who had the dining room, who like literally put up like a partition. And so like you'd be in the kitchen like, you know, making breakfast, and then you just like hear this guy snoring like a foot away.
Yes.
And it's just like, god damn, like this is so awkward.
I
Like
thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that. Like you'd hear like
just like
Loves the smell of bacon.
Yeah.
Can't blame a guy.
just that from the other room.
It's all
yeah.
greased.
No, oh my god, yeah. But it was just uncomfortable. Like I felt like I was always having to tiptoe around like all of these dudes, and they were all super great. Like no one was.
So it
ever
was all
mean.
dudes?
All dudes. It was
Okay.
just me and all of these dudes.
Would you rather live with a bunch of dudes or a bunch of women?
See,
Personally.
you think that like those fall into stereotypes of like men are very dirty, women are very clean. False.
Yeah.
Not
no.
at all.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You should see my bedroom. There's a line down the middle of like Bernie's got all his stuff done and his laundry's done. And then there's my side
Yeah.
of the room,
yeah.
which is looks like a goddamn closet
Thanks,
exploded
Yeah.
everywhere.
No, girls are
Yes.
messy.
Absolutely.
Girls
That's
are
what-
very messy.
I earlier today. Hey, what's up?
what's up?
I
I'll have one of those
earlier today.
afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
We have something for you too.
Aw, thank you.
Our dirty shot glasses.
Oh, really good.
Thank you, sir.
Earlier today, I compared my makeup pile
Class review, babe.
to a dragon hoard of gold, but for girls.
Ah,
Yes.
okay, that makes sense.
I love my
Thank
makeup
you.
piles.
Yeah.
See, it was the best living situation that I've had aside from living with Michael, obviously. Maggie and I together were pretty fantastic because we vibed on the same level. We were best friends in college, but we were messy as shit.
Didn't you twat sweat each other?
Yes, that was
So
all
you
Maggie
intentionally
starting
tortured
it.
each other, or was it
Yes.
just like?
It's kind of the same thing of like the dude nipple twisting me. I guess in his mind it was like, hey,
People just
we're just
wanna,
having
like,
fun.
cause you
bros.
pain.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just all have a good time.
Also, Lindsay, this question is the worst, not the best.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but as far as like messiness, that was the worst. Of like, this is the low point
Living
of my
with
life.
Maggie?
Of like, we're living in squalor, but it's wonderful and I love it.
You like lose Maggie for 3 days.
No,
and she's just
seriously.
like under some
Oh, you
clothes.
were the Taco Bell wrappers. That's where you were.
She just pops out. She's like, "Yo quiero Taco Bell."
Right now, yeah, let's go. Absolutely. Oh man, so that was fun. The worst situation I had was a roommate in college. My first roommate was awesome. She introduced me to college and went to all
Nice.
the social gatherings with me. My second roommate was very, very like, I don't know, not like introspective. Is more like moody. Is a good way to put it. Like, oh, my life's kind of like this. And I
So
was like,
introspective
"All right."
would be the incredibly nice way to put it.
Exactly, yeah. I'm like, nah, she was an emo kid a little bit, I guess
Okay.
is a good way to say it. She was really introverted, so we didn't really talk a lot. Along with that, she liked to leave her vibrators
Oh my god.
everywhere.
Wait, it like in the multiple. Okay, so she
Yes,
didn't just
like
have
multiples.
like Old Faithful. She had like a range.
Yeah, you say that too. Like straight up, the most that I saw was yes, the most that I saw was 6 at a time. 6 at a time is the max, but even
oh
that's
my
a lot
God.
for a woman. She had a lot of pleasing needs.
How many did she use at a time? That's the real question.
No.
Like, are we talking like vibrators and dildos, or just like
Straight up
different-
vibrators, and there is a difference, damn it, between a dildo and a vibrator.
There's a
Mark
difference,
my words.
but also like once you have a good vibrator, you just need one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, and
Maybe
she
different power
She totally
levels?
had names for them. Power levels. It's a new level. Yeah. So she was like, "This is." She one time when I came in, I was like, "Yo, so just want to talk about it, but you've been leaving your vibrators out. Do you mind-
Did she leave them
mind-
out dirty?
I don't even know, probably. I assume. But, like, it was like, you'd come in, and her nightstand had, like, 6 vibrators.
Maybe
I'm
she
like,
left them out 'cause she was cleaning them.
like, my family's coming over
Yeah,
later.
cleaning.
Not
was
coming
Give them
over.
a good rub
Was
down.
this
It's been a good rub.
Was this like a potluck situation, or did you know this person?
No, it was potluck. I didn't know them
okay.
at all before.
I like to think that
Wait, I'm
when-
sorry, potluck as in people just like,
No, the roommate was potluck.
Bring
That
your own.
too. When Mariel first asked it, I was like, potluck vibrate? I mean, yeah, sure, reach in and find one. Sure.
I just-
Yeah, potluck
Just
vibrator.
throw them all in.
I'm
Get in
imagining
there.
her lying them all out on the floor and turning them all on, and then she just kind of like leaves like a eggs each of them and like goes from vibrator to vibrator.
we don't know. She might have run an underground like vibrator racing ring.
It's a club. Yeah.
I've seen that before where they put them on
And then
tracks.
and just like go, 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 go,
they
I
just
go.
vibrate and they like move.
Well, it's like the
I imagine you
cockfighting,
get
you put
big
them together
money.
like this. And, like, whoever gets knocked off the table, that one's
Yeah.
like,
You
victorious.
come home and there's like a bunch of old like Chinese men like betting
Like,
like,
It's like the shittiest version of Robot Wars.
So I went and approached her and said, okay, this has been going on for a while now. Please put away your dildos. And she was like, I'm really sorry. I apologize. But let me kind of explain my methods real quick. I'm like, you know what? I'm an open-minded person.
Okay.
I am extremely open-minded to a fault. Go ahead and tell me about your vibrators. Why not? I got 5 minutes. So she went through it and was like, this is Snow White. She is elegant and sleek, and she is white, clearly. So I like to use her for my more, like, sensual moments, but I just kind of want to be lower key. This is, and she's like other crappy and, like, nerdy stuff, too. So it's like, what's it, Mjolnir is the Thor of
Mjolnir.
Hammer. Yeah, she's like, this is Mjolnir. So
Okay,
he
so
goes hard
she
and
didn't
heavy.
This is Godzilla.
it's like
She does win a couple points for naming one of her vibrators Mjolnir.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, thank you for introducing me to all of them. I appreciate it, but they gotta stay away. They're not welcome here.
This is the righteous hammer of the wit.
You should have, for her
She
birthday,
sucked.
you should have gotten her like some case to hold it up.
like fits them in perfectly.
It's like a sweet like briefcase where you'd hold money, but instead it's vibrators. Like, how much do you want? How much pleasure do you want?
Oh my god.
Well, I
God.
can't think of a perfect time to segue into this episode of Always Open is brought to you by Casper. Casper is an obsessively engineered mattress at a very fair price. Casper combines 2 technologies, spring latex foam and supportive memory foam, to create an award-winning sleep surface with just the right sink and right bounce. Wink. And you can buy it easily online and completely risk-free. Casper offers free delivery and painless returns within a 100-day period, so you don't have to lie down in a showroom. Casper also has free shipping and returns to the US and Canada. Shout out to Canada.
Boom.
Get a Casper mattress for $500 for a twin or $950 for a king-size mattress. Comparing this to industry averages, that's an outstanding price point. It definitely is. You can save an additional $50 towards a mattress purchase by going to casper.com/open. And entering the promo code OPEN. That's casper.com/open and promo code OPEN. Terms and conditions apply. And back into the show.
Hey!
All right, guys. So for our Ask Us Anything, this is submitted by Rachel M. Have you ever literally pissed your pants?
Yup. I've known that women, it seems like our anatomy just works that way. Like,
Yeah.
we
Look,
piss ourselves.
If you
It
laugh
happens.
hard enough and you have to pee, there's some pressure there that's going to happen.
You sneeze,
Sneeze.
Yes.
you cough.
Do you ever do the thing where you really have to pee, but you don't want to stop what you're doing? So you end up just like crossing your legs and doing the like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like you're shaking your,
Like gyrating against
you're
yourself.
kind of like just like holding it in like this.
Or it's just like clench, slight release. Clench, slight release. Clench, slight release. Like the leg crossing like
It's happened to me a few times where I had to pee so bad, and I'm like, shit, I can't get to a bathroom quite yet. I'm just gonna like hold it. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go, and I get up and start going to the bathroom, and then as I'm walking, I pee myself.
what
or
triggers
like,
it.
like your
Yeah.
body
Your body's like-
knows it's like the finish line is right there and then it goes close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh.
Well, the second you have the toilet in sight, too, your body just has that, like, trigger memory
Yep.
of, like, this is where I piss. I'm pissing now.
Yeah.
Ah!
trying to get from the point of actually seeing the toilet to like getting your pants down
Yeah.
over the toilet is the most harrowing
You do the
experience.
dance, you're like,
Yeah.
See, I'd assume, too, maybe I'm wrong, someone with a dick can clarify, but I would think with the dick it'd be a little easier because you'd reach that threshold of, like, I'm in the bathroom, I'm not near the toilet. You could point it and try and make the trajectory go into the
that's- we
toilet
can't do
still.
that.
Yeah, and
See,
then, like,
I
work
always
up to
wonder-
it.
I was
know,
wondering
really
if
have
guys
to pee
have
for
an
that.
advantage, like it just comes out of like the one little hole, right?
Right.
When you just go plug, can you just like
oh,
hold
could
it?
you just like,
Oh, like just plug the urethra?
I just picture
Just
like
plug the
guys
hole.
like plugging the hole and then like running for the bathroom.
just like holding like a hose that's gonna like explode.
Oh god.
Just get the good spray, the fan spray. Make sure you cover all
like
the
turn the
foliage.
nozzle. What do I want today?
Let me just like tighten it.
Yeah, like I always wonder if that works because as a girl, like there's not a lot you can do.
can't do
You can't do
You're
shit.
like,
Yeah.
nope,
When I cup my hands.
I'm trying to think of like there's been many times, but like one specific time that I remember was super traumatizing for me was because I was like trying to get home. This was in high school, and I was like I lived out in the country, and there was these train tracks that we had like you had to cross to like get out there. And my brother and I always use those train tracks as an excuse if like we were running late. Like, oh, the train's here, Mom. Like, it was never there. We just wanted to party longer.
Yeah.
And one time the train was actually there, and I had to fucking piss myself. And so I was just like, come on, train, come on, train.
Oh my
and then
God.
it just happened, and I got home
at that point
late.
you just like get out of the car and like run.
No, I just was like, I didn't
have
know
to
what
wallow
to do.
in
It
your
was like
wetness.
super late, like going out into the country. I didn't know what to do, so I just like sat there and I peed in my poor car. It was
So
an
was
older
there just
car.
like a
poor
pee pool in your seat?
There
Or
was,
did it
was-
or did it soak in?
I mean, it was more of like I just I had it was coming out, and I couldn't stop it, and I saw my jeans getting darker, and then I was
Your jeans became acid wash.
You should have been like, this is the style now.
yeah, this is
The
it.
pee pants. You heard of
Yeah.
it?
Look,
And then
it was a legitimate thing for a while where it'd be
Acid
like
wash.
dark like around the down the inside,
I
but then
remember
it'd be white right here.
Do you remember the
Is that
jeans
Billy
that had
Madison?
like those like white lines on them too? At the
Yeah.
top?
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Yep.
But yeah, it was horrible because then I got home and I was late, and I smelled like piss, and my mom was like,
Like more so than
Like,
usual?
what happened to you?
yeah, more so. what the fuck happened to you?
Mariel, you smell like piss on
So-
there.
What was your
I know.
excuse? You were like,
I was just like, I'm on the train, and then I pissed myself. Like, I don't know.
what can you do at that
I
point?
pissed myself.
Straight
you
up.
know the train.
I feel like that's the end all. If someone's like, what happened to you? I pissed myself.
Yeah,
No,
I pissed myself.
no more
Yeah,
questions.
You don't ask questions if
You're
you're
free to go.
I remember the only time I actually like fully pissed myself, because usually it's just a little bit comes out,
Yeah, and
and
then
you're
you-
like,
you
well,
can make
fuck,
it.
I have to like run to the bathroom right now. I was actually asleep, and I was having a dream, and I rarely ever remember my dreams, but I remember this one vividly, because I remember I was in like this cemetery kind of place, but instead of headstones, they were all toilets.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And obviously, I just probably really had to go to the bathroom, but I
Yeah.
was asleep, and so I started dreaming about toilets. And then I had a dream that I was like in this field of toilets, and I sat down on one and started peeing, and I was like, "This is weird." And then I woke up, and I was just covered in my own piss.
You went to
Yep.
the Elysium of bathrooms
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
your dreams.
and I think I was like 16 when
Oh,
I
yeah?
did that.
Oh,
yeah.
But no, I had a weird issue once where, for one, I was an outsider in Australia, so I didn't have like healthcare, and I went through a weird period where I don't know if I got a UTI or what the deal was, but I feel like I had to pee every couple of minutes,
I think that's a UTI usually.
and if I
Bladder
didn't,
infection too.
then I was like, there's like a little bit coming out, and I'm like I have to leave this meeting right now. Like right now. I'm really sorry, that's super disrespectful, but I gotta go. Otherwise, I'm gonna pee all over this meeting room. And that would happen like a couple of times a day.
Jesus
gosh.
Christ.
It was awful, and it lasted for months.
God damn.
Months. And then there was a time that I had to pee outside because my boyfriend took my keys.
Who are these people you're living
Who are these
with?
people in your life?
Oh no, I
Why are you
wasn't
living
living
with
with him.
me?
I was just
Stop
dating
it.
him.
And he took your keys?
He was a terrible boyfriend. Really nice person. Terrible boyfriend. Cheated on me a couple of times. But we went to the races, which in Australia is like a lovely thing. You get like all super dressed up and ladylike. I had these,
is it
super
like the
crazy
derby?
fancy
Yeah.
hats.
Off to the
hell
races.
yeah. So awesome. Wait till I show you pictures of it. But he decided that he had to go and help his brother in a fight. So he took off. And he was like, I'll be right back. But he had my keys. And so I got, like, he never came back,
Oh,
by the
I
way.
envision him being like, yoink, and then like running away from
No.
you.
So then he left. He never came back. I got home that night and I was like, I can't get in my fucking apartment. I'm mostly drunk and I really have to pee. And so I've
got this
That was
hat.
like, I was in this beautiful dress and this super fucking cool hat, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I was in a misery because I was peeing in my carport.
Oh my god. Wait, like the garage? Yeah. You peed in your garage? Did you not have like grass outside or anything?
The carport was the only semi-private place I could find.
That's true. I guess if you're like out in public like that.
I ended up calling him and being like, the fuck is wrong with you? It turns out he'd gone to a bar with friends. So I went and got my keys back and I was like, you're the worst person ever. And then
never
I
know
dated
what I
him.
had to do.
And I dated him for
Who
a
is
couple more
this?
months.
Where are you? I will find you and I will kill you.
And then I'll take my keys back.
Yes.
I'll pee indoors like a human.
When did you pee your pants, Lindsay?
Okay.
Tell us
so
about your ladylike.
Preface this. I'm an animal. So here we go.
All right.
I'm so excited.
For a while, I think like high school into early college, like I had the same issues of like you laugh too hard, piss yourself.
Yep.
Like things are going crazy and you're just jumping around a lot, you piss yourself. So many times at parties, they'd be like, "Hey, we're all having fun, I have to go right now. I have to leave the party right now. It's been great. See you later." And then I'd awkwardly
Are there
like
not
walk this
bathrooms
way.
at parties?
No, there were, but I'd never make it.
But
in
just
time.
in
It'd
terms
be
of
like,
like, if you're
bam.
having fun and drinking, and once you break the seal, also if you're drinking, like you have to pee every 2
Yeah.
hours.
Breaking the
There's
seal is
time
the
for that.
worst.
Yeah. And for me and my body, it wasn't like same thing, like a little trickle, like, okay, clearly I'm about to pee myself, I should leave. It was like, no, it's all going right now. Like all of it.
Whole thing.
Now.
Like
Yeah.
you just had that stream down the inner thigh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And same thing. And I was like, okay, see you later. Moonwalk out of here. No one needs to see you behind me.
Then you have in the bathroom with the dryer being like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd had several of those, and that's how you also like get rid of this.
Yeah, what does dried pee?
It does not smell well, but no one can tell. And at a smelly ass party, it's the best thing you got. So I'm like,
Touche.
hey, this asshole over here stinks. Am I right?
See, if I were in your situation at a party and I peed myself, I would be like, "Oops," and like knock my drink over
I've
onto my crotch.
done
I'm
that
like,
as well. I
"Look how
made the
crazy I
excuse
am."
of like, I dropped this Diet Coke on myself. Not really, I just pissed my pants. I'm trying to cover it.
I dropped this glass of cat pee
Hey.
on myself.
The biggest two incidents I could think of is one time, and it was in high school, and it was getting ready for Beauty and the Beast, the musical, which is awesome.
That's
I was
great.
talking to two of my friends, same thing, I laughed too hard. I started peeing myself right then and there. Yeah, and I was like, I can't.
as
I
you're
can't.
talking to your two friends?
Yeah, I was like, I can't leave. I'm in the middle of a conversation. There's like nothing
So we're
around
just,
me
like,
at all.
talking and trying to act
I was like,
natural?
oh man, it's totally cool. And then like, I'm pretty sure they noticed. They had to have noticed.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, okay, like we're gonna go get ready backstage. And I was like, okay, thanks guys. And then I immediately just like dropped to the floor and started wiping it up as quickly as I could. I was like, just wipe it up. Just get it out of here. Get it out of here.
What were you rubbing yourself on?
Just like my like hoodie,
Like,
like,
clothes,
yeah.
like
I was like, it
anything.
doesn't matter. They're disgusting. Like, just get it out of here. Hide the evidence.
My goal is not to make you laugh so hard you actually pee
Yeah, I
yourself.
would
God.
love to see
I
that.
know
That's why I
that-
picked
We're-
yellow.
We're gonna make that happen.
Luckily, this has not happened in years now.
Okay.
I think the last time that I can remember peeing myself was, I think I was 24. And I was coming back from a trip from Dallas, which is about 3.5 hours from Dallas to Austin. So usually on the way in, I try to not stop in Waco because you can make that a halfway point.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm good to go. Okay, I'm coming into Austin. Kind of pee a little bit. I'll probably make it to my apartment. So the second I get to my apartment complex, my body's like, again, you got to go right now. I'm like, motherfucker. Okay. So I go up to my 3rd-story apartment. I'm at the door, and of course I can't get my key in. So I'm like, go.
And are your legs like
For the love
just
of
tight
God.
together?
Like,
Yes, yeah. It's like a fucking horror
Are you
movie.
doing like the thing where you're like squashed in a pretzel?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. So it felt like hours, but I'm sure it was just like a couple minutes me doing that, and finally my body was like, "You lose." Finish her. Yeah.
over.
And I just kind of like in the sad movie moment, I went, and it was just like me peeing myself, sitting here like this as it ran off.
Well, that reminds me of Andy's story.
Did it like drip off the balcony?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I went and got a hose and sadly sprayed it off. Like, kill myself.
We have a friend named Andy who also works here, who really had to go to the bathroom. We were all swimming at our apartment complex, and he really had to go to the bathroom, and he tried using the little like clicker to get into the bathroom since it's an apartment complex. You need like one of those to get in. And he said that it didn't work, and he was too embarrassed to like go ask someone to help him, so he just stood by the gate and just peed.
We came back so fast. We're like, what'd you do?
Why did he
Yeah.
pee in the pool?
I was like, why didn't you like do something? You just peed on the
Things
ground
80%
right outside the gate.
Find the nearest foliage.
Yeah.
I mean, dudes are
Something.
fortunate that way.
Yeah.
Have you guys pissed in public?
I have.
Like,
I have
too.
a really bad story about that. I probably got some type of disease when I did this.
Oh, what?
This was my senior year of high school, and we were doing, it was like a scavenger hunt with the entire graduating class, where obviously, like, people were drinking. I was a designated driver, so I was not drinking. But we were, like, racing every other group to find these certain things and get pictures of these things. And we were going from, like, in the park from one place to another, and I was like, guys, I really fucking have to pee. And they're like, we don't have time, like, we have, like, 20 minutes left, and we still have to get these 2 pictures. And I was like, fuck, there's a garbage can over there. Like, give me 2 seconds. And I pull down my pants, and it's one of those fucking, like, giant industrial garbage cans, and I hop on top of it, and I'm, like, holding myself up around the rim, and I'm just like,
baller.
pee, okay. And I, like, hop off, and I'm, like, shake off a little bit, shake off the excess, and pull up my pants. I'm like, okay,
Let's go.
So
Were
I
you
don't know if
friends
my
like-
vagina touched like garbage or like needles or anything like that, but I'm okay.
Did
now.
you win?
We came in second.
Oh, nice.
Not good enough, though.
Because
So
you
you
pissed in
went
a
through all of
dumpster.
that and you came in second.
That's
By
a
how
victory
far?
right there.
By a minute?
By like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay,
It was probably
so-
my fault though.
Do you ever,
No, 5 minutes. That did not take 5 minutes. There's no way peeing and not wiping took
extreme.
5 minutes.
That's true.
did you ever
You're good.
go on a lot, like,
Go for
road
it.
trips with
Feel
your
better.
family?
Yes,
Like-
absolutely a lot.
So for me, you know, I had 2 older brothers. So when I was little, it'd be like, "Oh, we need a pee." They'd just be like, "Pee in a cup, pee in a bottle," and they're fine. For me, it was like
That was a legit thing. Like, we always at least pulled over and said, pee on that bush.
oh, my brother, they would just like
Just
piss in a
pee in a
bottle,
bottle,
yeah,
yeah.
and like throw it out. But
I
for
thought
me,
that was only in, like, movies.
oh no,
No,
it was
that
real.
happens, man.
It was real.
And the Team Fortress 2 shoot.
Dumb and Dumber is based
For
on
me,
Mariel's life.
yeah, basically. For me, it was literally like we'd stop the car, they'd pull over to the side. I'd like bend, and my mom would like have to like hold my knees, and like I'd probably piss all over her every single time. And then she'd like shake me,
That's incredible.
and she's like, "All right, let's go." It's
I
like,
just
"Oh,
imagine your
thanks,
little
Mom."
feet like
Yeah,
dangling
basically,
in
just
the
like
air.
baby Mariel. I specifically remember.
How little were you?
I don't know, probably like 3 or 4. Like not, I mean, old enough to like wipe my own ass, but also like, you know, not old
Wipe
enough.
my own
I was just gonna say it always comes back to Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
This episode. That's all I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but yeah.
I peed recently in public too. Now that I
Recently?
think about it, like very recently.
I've done
like,
it more so as an adult than
maybe
a
a month
kid.
ago. We were hiking the green belt. Like this is like a month ago, and I was like, we have to pee, and there's no bathroom for another like 2 miles.
Yep.
I was like, all right, well, you guys are gonna be in this area for a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. Like I just told everyone, I'll be right back. And I found like a couple bushes where it was like a little more empty, and I just squatted and peed, and then didn't have anything on me, so I just had to like shake around a little bit because I'm not gonna wipe my vagina with a leaf.
No, but then you just, like, sit there for a while and go,
Should get a good pose in.
yeah, you gotta pose a little bit. Like, just let it air dry.
Oh,
Air drying
you
is
go.
a thing that you can do.
We have the luxury.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Have you ever peed in public, Texas?
I'm doing it right now.
You're just laughing so hard.
All this pee talk. and
God
ready to
bless.
go.
This is pre-taped. We'll fix it in post.
Well, this one's for you.
No?
No.
Well, you're missing
Not
out.
on purpose.
You should try it.
I have on purpose, but not on accident.
Okay. So
Gotcha.
you're not like us. You have more control.
I just have
You're a
lot more
civilized human.
We don't.
Yeah.
Well done.
Welcome to the class club.
Oh, thank you. Cheers.
ooh.
Cheers, love. Let's talk about piss some more. Yes.
Yes.
Get in between y'all.
But very,
Thank you.
very classy. I must say, I enjoy your. That's not water anymore, right?
No,
Maybe it is,
hasn't
maybe it
ever been
isn't.
water.
Hot damn.
It's water.
Girl.
Well,
I love all the segues in this podcast. It's perfect. All right. I also would like to mention that this episode of Always Open is also brought to you by Finders Keepers Creations. FindersKeepersCreations.com makes custom charm bracelets, lockets, bangles, and more. Everything is made to your colors, charms, sizes, and styles. You can even add personal photos. With literally tens of thousands of combinations, you can make a piece of jewelry that is really special for yourself or your loved ones. They can make the
Yeah.
perfect gift all year round.
Jangle my bangles. Do it.
They have flat rate shipping throughout the US and ship all over the world. You could get 10% off your order today by using the code ALWAYSOPEN. Just go to FindersKeepersCreations.com and use the code ALWAYSOPEN. That is FindersKeepersCreations.com and use the code ALWAYSOPEN at checkout to get 10% off.
Nice.
I
I
am
had a
wearing-
shot in the necklace for a second.
Oh, did they?
Bring it
I
back.
did.
Yes.
It basically looked like a boob shot.
It kind of did.
So
That's
this
all right.
is they actually sent each of us a piece of jewelry. This is the one they sent me. It says always open in the middle. And it also has a couple charms inside that you could add. And it has like a 2016 charm
It's a lifetime guarantee.
and some other ones. And then you guys also have some beautiful jewelry.
I did. I got one. It's mine's ocean themed because I used to surf a lot. I'm in the middle of Texas, so
You
I
also
don't really
have like
surf
the
anymore.
closest thing to mermaid hair I think out of
Hold on,
anybody
sorry.
at this company.
Ooh. Also need to go get it touched up, but that's neither here nor there.
I think
where's
it
that
looks
tail, girl?
What's
got
up?
her
Actually,
legs.
I have a mermaid on here, and the best part is, so there's my mermaid from behind.
great. Oh yeah.
Also from behind.
Oh,
I got a
always talk about
double,
a double butt.
I got a
Double
double butt
butt.
that means she
mermaid.
works
but-
better. She works okay on both sides.
That's right. That's
It's like
right.
the same thing.
Have fish always from behind.
Well, thank you, Finders Keepers
Thanks,
Creations.
I like it.
I love it.
Thank you.
Little
Kat.
memento. All right, guys. Last but not least, we have our
Tickle the charms.
Sexpertise section. So Peter asks, what are some of the ups and downs of dating a coworker? I personally have been tempted more than once, but I've been a bit too afraid to give it a chance.
If only any of us had any kind of experience with that. Mariel,
Yeah.
are you still saying Tyler?
I am, and it's great. I mean, we stare at each other all day. We're the only couple that actually, well, I guess you and
was not
Michael do
there.
work together, but we're the only couple that like literally spends all day together.
And who are literally in love.
Who are literally in love, will never stop being in love. It's great. You should do it. You should date your coworker.
You should date Tyler.
You should
I
date.
love all the comments. During the pilot episodes, you talk about Laura sometimes, and so many comments are just like, when did her and Tyler break up?
We didn't. No, we're still together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an open relationship.
It's always open.
So, to get down to a serious matter, all three of us are dating people we work with, technically. Which is why I picked this question for us, because
It makes a lot of sense.
of us could relate to it. We all have different situations we're in, you know. Aaron is in live action. Michael is in the same department as you. And then I don't know if you and Bernie really work together a lot.
We've made it a point not to.
Not to.
In fact, my reporting structure is shifted a little bit off of what might be traditional, specifically to avoid that.
Do you guys have the rules too, where like you don't watch each other's content? Because I know Megan and Gavin are kind of the
No.
same way. Yeah, they have a
No.
rule where they don't watch each other's shows.
I don't have that rule at all. If anything, like if Aaron's going to be on the podcast or in a short, like I'm even more eager to watch it because I want to be like, I want to support you and watch what you're doing.
Yeah, I think I know Megan and Gav had that policy, and I think it was largely because that way they didn't want to be so involved in like watching each other's stuff that they didn't then have like stuff to talk about and tell each other.
That makes sense.
But I love watching Bernie's stuff. He's
Yeah.
a funny guy, and he's charming, and he's really cute,
you watch
and he's super
Michael?
smart, and he says nice things.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Handsome. Yeah. Oh, it's even funnier too because Michael hates the sound of his own voice, and I hate the sound of my voice. So we'll start playing each other's stuff, and we're like, stop it! No, stop.
But I bet you guys love each other's voice.
Yes. Like I love watching Rage Quit.
Yeah.
I do a lot, and Michael
You guys
can't
both
stand
have
it.
great voices.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Both very entertaining. But for like a more generic kind of situation, I think it could be complicated if you guys work very closely together because if something does go wrong, which tends to happen in a lot of relationships, it's going to be hard to work with that person. It's going to be hard to see that person every day.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, you like in like the number of relationships I've had versus the relationship that's worked.
Yeah.
Like chances are relationships are going to be temporary, and that's fine.
Well, all the relationships you've had so far, other than one.
You're right, like up to this
Temporary.
point. So it's like most of my relationships
They're
have
still
been temporary
going
ones.
forever.
Keep them on.
Yes.
You know, so I understand it. It's like it's a definite risk. In fact, for a really long time, I had policies against dating anyone I worked with, and for a while, I even had a policy against dating anyone in my industry.
Oh,
Because
wow.
Everybody
it's like
knows
these
everybody,
are people. Yeah, it's a very small, big industry, and I wouldn't want to be, working or interacting on a professional level with someone that I'd broken up with, and then it gets like just hella awkward. I don't know how high school students do it, to be honest, where you have to like
Everything's
see
all
that person that you've broken up with all the
anyway.
time.
And like same like friend groups and things like that.
Yeah.
If you want that to continue in your adult life, you should just meet a group of lesbians.
Oh,
Really?
That's how it is. Everyone dates each other. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things where you just have to kind of decide for yourself, like, if this relationship doesn't go well, am I going to be okay being around this person every day? And if the answer is no, then you should probably, like, not date each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't want to, like, if you're really, like, into someone, you don't want to completely cut yourself off from that person.
Yeah.
And, like, what if it would work out? And what if that could be, like, the one?
It sounds like cheesy advice, but honestly, like, follow your heart is the best way to think it. Like, if you're feeling like, oh, this could lead to problems, that's probably a good internal warning sign.
we
like
play
your
that
gut telling
Mulan
you.
song now?
Do it. Yes,
True
please.
to your heart, it must be true to your heart.
I like that you went with the 98 Degrees version, too. We were just
I
talking
was-
about Nick Lachey.
I was gonna go with "Listen to Your Heart."
Oh, nice.
When she
Calling
that
for
one.
you.
Yeah.
Keep
But,
going.
yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes
Kids
it does.
music, got it.
Exactly.
Kids Bop.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it does work out that you're working together and things pan out perfectly.
Hey,
Uh,
thanks.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with you.
My mother was a dentist already when my father left his job, but he left so that he could be like a stay-at-home dad because
Oh.
my sister and I really were just kind of like hanging out by ourselves. But he ended up being my mom's office manager, so she takes care of the dental work and he takes care of everything like hiring, firing, managing budgets, etc. And it actually has worked out very nicely for almost like more than 30 years now. Some
Yeah.
crazy how, and that is totally a rare thing to have happen. This is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
commonplace, but it can happen. So
Well, how do you feel? I mean, you and Michael work in the same department, and you guys see each other all day, every day.
So
Yeah,
you must
I
work
see.
more closely together than any of us.
I think so, yeah.
Do you ever find, like, let's say you guys had, like, a disagreement one morning or something, and, like, you just didn't want to be around each other?
Oh, absolutely. That's happened several times too. We've had work conflicts almost daily where I'm like, no, I feel this way, no, I feel this way. And we already treat each other more like friends, I would think, than the stereotypical, like, cheesy romance of like, oh, I love you, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are also, like, I think you understand the importance of your jobs and your positions, where it's like you could kind of
We kind of go into work mode.
put that behind
A
you.
little bit,
of
yeah.
like, we're not a married couple right now, we're coworkers, and, you know, we have to have that
Coworkers,
kind of
I am your boss.
It's
Hey.
true. He's fucking his boss.
Yeah, that's right.
Please.
Boss.
Oh, you, Michael, do what I tell you.
Or you're gonna get spanked later. Bad boy.
Stay in line.
Whoa,
You were
we haven't.
so bad
I know,
today,
we haven't
Michael.
incorporated into our roleplay yet.
I'm gonna report you to HR.
Did you fill out your time off report?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna need a week after this.
It's actually interesting. There's a lot of people here that like. I know in animation, I think there's a married couple, and there's
Yeah.
a few people who are like dating and stuff. It was pretty cool.
I mean,
don't know.
yeah,
I know there's a
if you
married
can
couple
make it
animation,
work,
nice.
Yeah.
you know, power to you. It's really easy with Aaron and I because he works in live action, I work in marketing, and it's like
He's in a completely different airplane hangar. It's totally
He's
different.
not even. I mean, he's in like writing mode right now, so he's not even on the premises, and so like I don't even see him like most days, and it's almost like we don't work at the same company just because I barely see him. And even when he is here, he's in a different space, and I try not to like bother him all day, every day with my love and affection, like I so want to.
It's very bothersome.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like for all of us
It
too, we
is.
kind of treat our significant others as like like friends first, I guess I would say. Especially the nature of our company is we're very down to earth and chill people, and we'll make like dick jokes to each other. So I don't think there's there's already that
We're all very-
relaxed environment. Yeah. So there's no tension for the relationship. It's just like, hey, nice to see you. When we
Yeah.
get to see each other, okay, cool.
It's very like maturely immature.
Yes.
Handshake.
Organized chaos is a good way to put it. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I like working with Bernie. I like being able to see him occasionally throughout the day because I just like seeing him as much as humanly possible. But also that we have our separate tracks, so then we have stuff to talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, how was your day? You were doing what? I didn't. That's really awesome. I had no idea. So it can work out, and it's very exciting when it does. But you do have to be very honest with yourself. And if you're like, no, I am being honest, I'm sure it can all work out. But there's something in the back of your head being like,
Yeah.
make sure you pay attention to the something in the back of your head, because that's probably the honest part, not the optimistic part.
Very true.
And just understand that if shit hits the fan, and it might, you don't know, you never know. I mean, you're either going to be miserable at your job, and you're maybe going to want to find another job where that asshole's not there, or like they're going to leave, or you're going to be miserable every day having to see that one dick bag.
Yep. Yep.
Well, for management, maybe it's a good thing to apply to this scenario too. Is the best advice that I got was someone saying, when you hire someone, the first thing that you should think of is, how am I going to fire this person? Because if you bring someone on board and you have to fire them, inevitably you have to be prepared for it. No matter how much you love them, no matter what your relationship was like before, that might come up. So that could be a good mentality going into this of like, oh, immediately, how am I going to break up with you if I have to do it?
It would be funny if you were like dating your boss and he wanted to fire you, and like you're at home, like cooking dinner together, and he's like, so I saw this job posting in the paper. I think you'd be great at it.
Go on.
You're fired.
You're fired. I just hand him a pink slip as I make dinner.
Yeah.
Well,
But either way, know that it gets less clean cut.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do, how you want to go about it.
Do you.
Do you. You do you. Follow your heart.
Let's just all have a good time.
And potentially the coworker, but only if you think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Peter D, for your question. If you guys want to submit any of your questions or topics for My First Time, Ask Us Anything, we'll have a few more new segments that we're going to be introducing throughout the show, including The Worst. So you could
It's the worst.
submit your idea for The Worst. You could email alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me for the first episode of Always Open.
Thank you.
And
Thanks
thank
for
you
having us.
for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, love.
I like how it always drinks like that.
Hey.